Y'all, is this the technology that is going to usher in the mark of the beast? I think it's possible. I really do think it's possible. Let me play this video for you, then we'll have a conversation.
So this man's saying that he don't got to use no credit card or nothing to pay for this water right here.
Oh, I didn't know if you needed help or anything. Bye, take care.
Oh, I got my, okay, thank you. Whoa, wait a minute.
Code accepted. Select payment type. Code accepted.
What barcode? Hold on. Wait a minute.
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. We live in a world where you could hover your hand over the payment device and it will accept your palm as a barcode. And you know, here's the thing. This was just a couple weeks ago. I have already covered this story before in the past, months ago, but now they're starting to make a lot more progress. It says Amazon will soon let you pay for groceries with your palm at any Whole Foods, but tech experts urge caution. So this was just August 26th. What was that? What's today? Is today the 26th? What's the date? 28. So this was just an article that came out 2 days ago. Here's the interesting part. This is going to be huge. This is going to be everywhere. They're saying that this is just going to roll out at Whole Foods, but you got to understand something. This is Amazon. How many companies has Amazon put out of business? But it's too many to count. Amazon is a company that is developed around the idea of disruption. Their whole business model is disruption. Everything that they do, every market that they enter into is with the purpose to disrupt that market to the point to where either the companies who are in the market have to change, adapt, or they're going to go out of business because Amazon is just doing it so much better, so much more efficient than, you know, the current competitors. And this is going to be no different. You don't think that the banks are paying attention? You don't think that the banks are paying attention? What do the banks want us to do? They don't want us to have cash. What does the government want? The government doesn't want us to have cash. They want to create a central currency, a digital currency that is controlled and operated by the Fed. That's already been stated publicly. They don't want us to have cash anymore. They want to be able to track every single transaction. They want to be able to, offer something that is quote unquote more secure than using your debit card or your credit card or your Apple Pay or your Android Pay or whatever else, payment method that you want to use. And if you think about it, and I don't know if this is necessarily true, but most people would probably perceive that paying with your palm is a lot more safer than any other payment method because your palm is unique. That's why they if you go to a crime scene and you touch a murder weapon, they gonna get your butt on trial for murder because you're touching the murder weapon. That's how unique your palm and your fingerprints are. You can't tell me this ain't gonna be perceived as being the safest way to make payments. And Amazon is simply testing it. That's all they're doing. And they have the market, they have the ability to test it at scale. It's going to start in Whole Foods. The banks are going to catch on and the banks are going to say, wait, hold up. Amazon is trying to disrupt the payment industry. The payment industry is what? Somebody look up the payment industry. What's the payment and the merchant services industry? What's the value of that industry? It's got to be billions of dollars every single year. It has to be. So if Amazon is coming in trying to disrupt that market, there's some major players who are going to be like, yo, we cannot let that happen. So either they have to get in on this as well, or they have to partner with the company that is already leaps and bounds ahead of them as far as the technology goes. And that would be Amazon. Amazon already has the technology. They already have the infrastructure being built out to roll this out at scale. And it's not just going to be in grocery stores. It's not just going to be, where we go out to buy things. I think it's going to be at our house too. When we make payments, if we're buying movies on Prime or something like that, we just, we scan our hand across the TV. Our TV will have sensors or cameras, and then we make payments. You go to the gas station, you just wave your hand over the pump, you make a payment. It makes sense for people who don't understand, prophecy and scripture, because you can't lose your hand. The only way you're going to lose, you can't, it's not like you go to you're going to lose your credit card. You're not going to just lose your hand. You're always going to have your hand, and you don't got to carry nothing. You don't need a wallet. Essentially, with this unique piece of data right here, a company could program all your cards with this unique set of data point right here. And when you scan your hand across whatever payment processor, it could automatically transmit that information from your hand and pull up all your different cards, kind of like Apple Pay. When you click Apple Pay, you have options to say, okay, I want to use this card or that card or that card. They could probably do that same sort of technology, and you can't lose this. Not unless somebody cuts it off or okay, hold on. This is a sidebar. Did you see this? The only way you're going to lose your hand is if somebody cuts it off, or some freak accident, or if you're just stupid, like these people right here. I saw this on TikTok. These dudes, climate change activists, they cemented their hands to a airplane runway to protest climate change. Hold on, let me just take a sidebar real quick. Let me show you this video real quick.
This is wild. Climate change activists broke into a German airport using wire cutters and cemented their hands to the runway using a combination of concrete and epoxy in order to take a stand against carbon emissions. And now it's looking like their hands are permanently stuck unless they get them amputated. Their protest caused 36 flights to be canceled and 10 flights to be redirected, but it's looking like they could have used their hands to make a far bigger impact on climate change by planting just 10 trees. Anyways, of course, we hope that they find another solution to get their hands unstuck, but I'm curious to hear what you think about all of this down below.
Bro, they literally glued. Let me see if I can show you this real quick. I know we're deviating a little bit, but they literally glued their hand, cemented their hand. And there's this one clip. It's crazy. Where's this clip at? I don't know if I can find it. I don't know if I can find this clip. Here it is. Look at this clip. Look at this clip. Look at this clip. Look at this clip. That's his hand. They had to cut the concrete out, and their hand is still stuck in the concrete. Now they're saying the only way that they can get it out is to basically amputate the hand. That's really the only way that you're going to lose your hand. If you're doing some dumb stuff like that, if somebody cuts it off, or if it's like a freak accident, but otherwise, it's probably one of the most secure things. Now, there's other concerns, obviously. There's other privacy concerns. And I thought it was very interesting. This article from CNBC. So I guess I'm not that crazy, because they said it as well. They said that in this article, they can control you in ways that you don't like. Those data sets can be used to control us anywhere in the world. So essentially what they're saying in this article is the biometric data that is going to be used and stored by companies like Amazon. That information can be used to track us anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. That data can be used to track us. And it says that it could prevent us from entering stores that don't want customers in our salary bracket, or who have political views that disagree with the owners of the venue. So essentially, if we go back to this idea of like a social credit score, which is already very big in China, if someday we have some sort of social credit score, and it really wouldn't be hard for America, the government, to develop some sort of social credit score, because we all use social media. Even if you don't post on social media, you still interact with social media. You still leave comments. You still like videos. You still engage with your attention. Just the fact that you stop and you watch a video, even if you don't comment, even if you don't post or like that video, just watching the video signifies to that company that you're interested in that topic. So it really wouldn't be hard for the United States to come up with some sort of social credit score. And if you think from a Christian standpoint, it really wouldn't be hard for the government to identify who all the Christians are, or who all, the Muslims are, or who all the Jewish people are, or etc. It wouldn't be hard for them to put us in those buckets based on religion, based on political views, based on income, based on, any of that. It really wouldn't be hard. And now they have biometric data that is uniquely attached to us that they can associate that information to. So now when we go to a store, they could be like, hey, no, you ain't buying nothing because you're a Christian. So you ain't gonna buy nothing. So you go to the next store because we don't like that. We don't do that. We don't support that. That's just a small example, but they could use it in so much more greater and cynical ways, nefarious ways, that could ultimately usher in the mark of the beast. It's possible. It's possible. And it's interesting. And I'm very curious to see how far they actually take this technology. And I'm curious to know what y'all think about this. Do you think that this could be used to usher in the mark of the beast? I think it's possible. And I think a lot of people are going to sign up for this and think nothing of it. But it's like, once we go here, there's really no turning back. Because what are we going to do? Technology never goes backwards. Once you open up the door to new technology, you can't close that door. Just look at artificial intelligence. We can't go back. We already opened up the door for artificial intelligence. What do you think these companies are going to do? Shut the door and stop advancing and stop innovating? They're not going to do that. There's too much money on the line. So we've already opened the door to these palm payments. Now we got to deal with what comes with that. And I think it's going to be a way for them to usher in more restrictions, more social credit score type of monitoring. And this could be a potential path to bring in the mark of the beast as the Bible describes it. So let me know what y'all think. Get in my comments, like this video if you like this video. If you want to support the channel, watch another video if you want to support. That goes a long way. Like, y'all have no idea. Just watching another video goes a very long way to supporting the channel. I'm out, y'all.